Did you know there's a city built entirely on water, where people get around by boat instead of walking down streets? Or a place where thousands live underground, in tunnels carved from solid rock? These aren't fantasy worlds from movies. These are real cities, where people wake up every morning in conditions that seem to defy physics, geography, and common sense. Today we're diving into 12 mind-bending cities that honestly shouldn't exist, but somehow they do. These places will make you question everything you thought you knew about how humans adapt to impossible environments. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be Googling flights to at least 3 of these locations. Let's start with Venice, Italy. This floating masterpiece is probably the most famous impossible city on Earth. The entire city is built on 118 tiny islands in a lagoon. Its foundation is millions of wooden poles driven deep into the marshy ground. What's truly mind-bending is that it's survived for over 1,000 years. While constantly sinking about 2 millimeters every single year, the Postal Service delivers mail by boat, ambulances are boats, fire trucks are boats. Imagine calling an Uber and a gondola shows up. But that's just the beginning. Let's head to Turkey and explore Derinkuyu, an 18-story underground metropolis that once housed 20,000 people. Carved into volcanic rock, this subterranean world had living quarters, stables, churches, and even schools. Ancient builders had to solve ventilation for 18 levels underground and create water systems, all while designing defenses against invaders. People lived their entire lives down here in near-complete darkness. Now let's go to Peru, where Machu Picchu sits balanced on a mountain ridge 8,000 feet above sea level. The Inca somehow transported massive stone, blocks up treacherous paths, and fitted them together so perfectly you can't slide a knife blade between them. No mortar, no wheels, no modern machinery. What's even crazier is that it was completely self-sufficient, with agricultural terraces and water systems that still work today, all in an area so high that modern visitors struggle to breathe. Speaking of impossible locations, let's discuss Shibam in Yemen, the Manhattan of the desert. This city features mud brick towers reaching up to 11 stories high. Every single structure is made from mud, clay, and straw. Yet some have stood for over 500 years in a desert where temperatures regularly top 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's shift to modern impossibility with Dubai. 50 years ago, this was just desert. Today, it's a gleaming metropolis with the world's tallest building, artificial islands shaped like palm trees, and an indoor ski slope. Dubai didn't just overcome its natural limits, it completely ignored them, creating a city in a desert where summer makes outdoor activity nearly impossible. Then there's Singapore, a tiny island that transformed from a swampy backwater into a global hub in just 60 years. With no natural resources and limited land, they built upward and downward, creating underground malls and even vertical farms. They developed water recycling so advanced it can turn sewage into drinking water, cleaner than most bottled brands. Let's explore La Rinconada in Peru, the world's highest city at over 16,000 feet. The air has half the oxygen of sea level, yet over 50,000 people call it home, working in gold mines carved into glaciers. There's no running water or sewage system, but this impossible city keeps growing. Similarly extreme is Coober Pedy in Australia, where residents live underground to escape surface temperatures over 120 degrees. The entire community moved underground, carving out homes, churches, hotels, and shops into hillsides, which stay cool year-round without air conditioning. Now for Longyearbyen in Norway, one of the world's northernmost towns, where the ground is so frozen you can't be buried there, so people who die are flown back to mainland Norway. Polar bears outnumber people, so you can't leave town without a rifle. Despite 4 months of total darkness each winter, over 2,000 people live here year-round. In Ethiopia, there's Lalibela, where 11 churches were carved directly down into solid volcanic rock. They aren't built on the ground, they're carved from it, connected by tunnels and trenches with drainage systems that have worked for 800 years. Our next stop is Hallstatt, Austria, a village squeezed between a mountain and a lake. Houses are built into the mountainside at impossible angles, connected by staircases. It looks like it defies gravity, yet it has thrived for over 4,000 years. Finally, Meteora in Greece, where monasteries sit atop towering rock pillars, hundreds of feet high. Monks somehow hauled construction materials up sheer cliffs using only ropes and pulleys to build self-sufficient communities in locations that seem completely inaccessible. These 12 impossible cities prove that human creativity can overcome any obstacle. They remind us that the line between possible and impossible is often just in our imagination. Which impossible city would you visit first? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories. Thanks for watching.